Keep watching. Love it when they do it too. The boy need options. Whole team mobbing, whole team mobbing. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbing, wobbing, wobbing. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbing.
Because we are going to be changing things up a bit and talking about something much more important than just the gaming that we usually do and the stuff that's coming in on the channel. As some of you might or might not know, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I've always been a strong supporter of mental health awareness and getting the message out there that the stigma needs to stop, and just trying to go and support those with mental illness. Now, some of you may be wondering why I'm doing this PSA type video over a replay of a race on Forza Motorsport 6. Well, let me go and explain that, guys. The car that you are focused on right now, that blue on light blue Ford GT, it is painted up with a theme with the Autism Speaks and NAMI, which is the National Alliance for Mental Illness, paint job on it. And the race is set to unbeatable difficulty, which is going to work as a metaphor for the up and down struggle that those with mental health have to go through in their everyday lives. So, hopefully you guys will enjoy this video and stay tuned to hear more about why mental health support matters, and maybe go and enlighten you on some of the misconceptions that are common about, and maybe straighten things up for you. Yeah, maybe educate yourselves a little. So here we go. There's a big stigma surrounding mental health, and that, in my opinion, guys, that stigma needs to stop. There are so many different misconceptions, as I said, about mental health that need to be cleared up, so that's what I'm here to do for you guys today. The first massive one that I want to touch on, guys, is that those with mental health issues could stop their mental illness if they really wanted to. Now, guys, I've heard this time and time again, and it is just not true. It is not true at all, guys. I mean, I've suffered from mental illness all of my life, and there are so many times that I wish it was just easy to flip a switch and just stop it, get rid of my mental illness, but it's not that easy. It's not that easy at all, guys. I mean, the thing is it's hardwired into our brains. Most of the time it's genetic, but other times it's caused by an event in that person's life. Conditions like ADHD, which is Attention Deficit Hyperactive Disorder, autism, Asperger's, bipolar, even schizophrenia, and the like. Those are what are considered genetic and hardwired, which means that no matter what you do in life, you're never going to be able to cure those, you're never going to be able to get rid of them. The only thing you can do is suppress them, and we will get into that later on in the video. Another one's like PTSD and depression, guys. Those are caused by dramatic life events, such as suffering from a very traumatizing event, or the loss of a family member or a close friend, or just someone that you looked up to. Those are what will cause PTSD and depression. And however, we can't just turn those off like a light switch, but there are treatments out there for people with mental illness. Although with the hardwired ones we can never get rid of it completely, we can only suppress it. Whether it's through therapy, medication, and or coping skills, guys, no matter what you do, you will only ever be able to suppress it. Now, as I said, I've gone through this a lot of times in my personal life, guys, and it's not easy, I will admit, but it's something that you have to go and seek help for. Now, the next big one that people often think about is that people are their own mental illness, meaning that their mental illness defines them, and it's a big part of who they are. That is completely false, guys. I mean, one thing I have been taught throughout my life, by not only my parents, but also the various social workers, therapists, and teachers that I knew that I had issues, is that your diagnosis is just a label. It does not define you. You are in control of yourself, guys. Okay, so, I mean, yeah, you may have a label. It may seem like it defines you, because people will go and say, oh, you have this, you have that, you have the other. But that is not true, guys. You are not your label. Your label does not define you. You are who you choose to be. Now, I know that sounds a bit cliche, but it is true. You are who you choose to be, guys. So don't let those people that want to hate on you and bully you get in your way. Don't let your mental illness define you. Now, this guys here will lead into the next common misconception, in that people with a mental illness cannot live a full, complete, vibrant, productive life. I mean, some of the biggest names in history suffered from mental illness. Now, these names will include Albert Einstein. These names, guys, will include Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, Winston Churchill, Woodrow Wilson, who, for those of you who may not be so well in U.S. history, was one of our United States presidents a long time ago. And even Walt Disney, the creator of Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse and the cartoons that we now know today. Even he suffered from mental illness, guys. And though, as you all know, all those names became successful. I mean, they all invented something, or they all came out with something, or they all made a change in history. Okay? So don't let people tell you that just because you have an illness, that you cannot be successful and you cannot do anything in life. Because you can. Now, this is where... Now, guys, now I want to go and bring in my own history, because as I've said, I've got my own mental issues. I've had my own experiences, and I want to bring those experiences into the light and let you guys know what I've had to go through to get to where I am today, and to let you know that I have come out from it, and I'm not afraid to go and talk about it. I'm not afraid to open up and let you guys know how it's affected my life. So here we go. I first got diagnosed with mental illness at 7 years old, guys, and that's when I started seeing therapists and psychiatrists. Now, I was taught from this point on not to let my diagnoses define me. Yes, I've struggled in school with bullying, just like most kids did. However, even with my illnesses, it was even worse. Because of my illnesses, people would bully me more, they'd make fun of me, and it got to me more. It hit more deep because of that. Okay? But even though they did that, I did not let that affect me. I was known as one of the smartest kids in that school back then. I was in the Talented and Gifted program, which was a program for the smartest of the smartest in the schools back then, in that district. When I was in 4th grade, guys, I had already achieved a reading level of 10th grade reading level. And surprisingly, I was great at math and science. Now, this continued throughout middle school and early high school, with my reading level and math level continuously expanding. Although in the middle of 5th grade, my behavior, both from my mental illnesses and my medications that I was on, guys, I had to leave the school I was in and go to what was called an alternative school known as Wyandotte Academy. Huge shout out to everyone who has helped me out through my times when I was there. Huge shout out to Miss Davidson and Mr. Nellis from that school. Hopefully you guys don't mind the shout out. They helped me throughout my life when I was there. They were a big part of my life. Helping me go and focus on school, learn how to go and cope with all the more assignments that were coming in. Because it was a real struggle for me, because my OCD and my ADHD, it would make me lose focus. I had a bunch of fidgeting issues, and just could not stay focused. I had so many issues that it was causing me trouble, but I learned through the help of people at Wyandotte Academy and everything. I was able to go and get focused, and focused enough that in 8th grade I was able to start transitioning back to a normal school where I spent half of my day there and half of my day at the alternative school until I graduated. So pretty much I'd spend half my day at the main school, guys, and then halfway through the day I'd leave the normal school and go back to the alternative school and finish up classes there. Now, I know that sounds confusing and all that, but it was what helped me graduate, okay? Now, in my senior year, guys, I will admit I had 3 credits behind, but I didn't let my illnesses stop me, okay? I kicked into high gear, and I took 3 extra classes that year because I was determined to graduate on time. Now, it was hard for me to do that, because it meant putting aside other fun things that I wanted to do, and actually focusing on work. Now, what I did, guys, was once I did that, it took a lot of time away from me, but I got those classes done, and I ended up graduating on time with my class with a GPA of 2.5 in the end. So, like I said, guys, don't let it define you. You can stand up above your illness and not let it define you. It will go and make a difference, okay? Now, also, during that time, guys, I became a strong advocate for mental illness. Back in Kansas, when I was there, the governor was always trying to cut mental health budget and put it more towards stuff that would benefit him and more towards big business. Which is why Kansas then became known as Brownbackistan, but that's leading into a completely different topic, and I'm not going to go into that right now. But as I said, I became a strong advocate for mental illness, going to the state capitol every year to try and convince the senators and the governors to expand the mental health budget by telling them my story of what I had gone through, how mental health and mental illness services had helped me throughout my life, what they had done for me with the social workers, the psychosocial groups, the therapists, everything that had helped me through life. I went there to the Capitol and explained everything to them, trying to go and get them to keep the budget going. So, with that, guys, we didn't always succeed, but we did it because we knew that there was a chance, okay? So, what I'm trying to say here, guys, is that even if you have a mental illness, you can be successful in life. I mean, look at me after graduating. I went to college for a year until I had to move to Indiana. Now, guys, I have this channel, and I'm successfully making videos while at the same time going through a bunch of different jobs and trying to stay on the job hunt. Now, the reason why I'm having issues like that is because with my issues and my disorders, I have issues with social skills and trying to keep up with keeping the job and getting along with people. That's what the social issues are. That's why there's coping skills and stuff like that. And it's not easy, guys, I will tell you that, but if you put your mind to it, you can, and you get help from a mental health center, you can make it through. It's not an easy thing to deal with, but it's also not something that you should be afraid to seek out help for or tell others about. I mean, one thing that I was surprised to find out, guys, is in the past couple weeks, big celebrities have come out about their issues, such as Michael Phelps, Allison Schmidt. Now, those are 2 big Olympians, guys. Both have dealt with depression and a couple other issues. And, I mean, for them to come out about it, with all the millions of fans that they had in the Olympics, to come out about all that, it's huge. And, I mean, even Lady Gaga, Prince Harry, and Prince William have come out about their struggles with mental illness lately. More big celebrities are even starting their own organizations for support and mental health awareness. And that is huge, guys, to go and know that celebrities like that are actually coming out and giving support for those with mental illness. To go and know that they're not afraid to come out about it and let their fans know. That is huge, guys. It's a big step towards getting mental health mainstream and getting the help to people that need it. Okay, so don't be afraid to go out there and advocate for yourself. I know it's tough, I know it's hard, but I've done it, and big celebrities have done it. And if we can do it, you guys can do it too. Now, guys, that is big, and it is okay to talk about, as I said. If you lose friends because of you coming out about mental illness, guys, then it means they were never a true friend in the first place. They only liked you because they thought of you. Now, if they're a true friend, no matter what happens in your life, no matter what you tell them, they should stay your friend. They would be there to support you and help you through that. When I came out about my mental illness, I lost a few good friends, guys. When I first came out about it and people found out, I lost friends, but I was like, okay, this sucks. But I was taught that they're not true friends if they don't support you. Okay? Another thing I've learned is that you are not alone. When I was going through psychosocial groups and I was going through all that, I learned that I was not alone. There are a bunch of people out there, a bunch of people that have had issues and are going through the same things I've got. Sometimes it's worse, sometimes it's less severe, but there are always people that are going through the same things, okay? You are not alone. Always remember that, guys. You are not alone. Now, hopefully, guys, this video has enlightened you and educated you about mental health and that the misconceptions that you constantly hear aren't true, okay? If you suffer from mental illness and would like to talk to me about it, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below, guys. I will be getting back to you in that and giving you a way to contact me personally, and I will help you go and get through that. Because I've had a bunch of issues, guys, and I'd love to go and help you guys by talking to you and helping maybe help you go and get through your issues and find help. Because I've helped a lot of people before. I've helped people go and get through suicide attempts. I've talked them out of it multiple times. And if you... Now, I'm not saying don't ignore... Just not, talk to me only. I mean, there are also... Because I'm not going to be able to help you a lot help you with everything. I can help you as much as I can, but there are still facilities out there that are more specialized, more suited for helping you guys. So don't just come to me as much as I'd like to help you solely on my own. I just am not that experienced in helping. But, I mean, just message me if you feel you want to, guys. Now, also, in the description box, I will be leaving links to where I found the celebrities talking about their struggles, as well as I know it's... And again, guys, I know it's not an easy thing to deal with, but it's easier to deal with it if you have some help and you have support. Always remember, you are not alone in this, guys. This was difficult for me to talk about and to come out about, because, I mean, I don't want to go and embarrass myself. I don't want to go and risk losing subscribers, but if that's what it takes to go and get the message out there, then I'm going to do it. I didn't do this video for subs. I didn't do it for likes. I didn't do it for views. I did this video to get the message out there and to let you guys know that mental health is okay to talk about. You don't have to be scared to go and mention it. You don't have to be afraid to admit that you have issues. And you don't have to be afraid to seek help. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video and possibly learned something about mental health illness. Now, if you guys did enjoy, be sure to check out those links, okay? Check those links out, and just let me know that you guys have learned something if you did in the comments section. I appreciate if you all have stayed till the end of this video. I will be having a credits area for giving all the people that have helped me through the years credit. All the big people that have helped me. And I want to give a huge shout out to my mom for making this graphic that you guys will see during the credits section. But thank you guys for watching. It means a lot that you guys have supported me through this channel since I started back in December. I know that over the past couple weeks we have gained a lot of subscribers. I thank all of y'all for subscribing, but that is not why I do this channel. I do it for the fact of having fun while making videos. And yes, I do hope that this will be one day become a full-time job, but it's not the main reason, okay? What I want from this channel is just to go and have fun, bringing you guys entertaining content, and just doing something that I find fun, okay? Now, thanks again for watching, guys. It is your man, Twisted Drifter, and I will see you guys in the next video. Please remember, guys, that you do matter. Illnesses, even though they cannot be cured, they can be suppressed with help. and you can live a normal, successful life, even though you may have issues, guys. So, I will see you guys in the next video. Next video will be probably the Hot Wheels expansion, guys. Maybe another rally, maybe a rally video, I'm not sure yet. But stay tuned for that, guys. I will see you in the next video. It is your man, Twisted Drifter. Enjoy the rest of this replay, guys. I'm out. Here we come on the final lap, guys. I know I said I was out, but thought I'd come back in here. And again, thank you guys. As well as once we get out of this race, I will show you a complete overview of this paint job. And then we will roll into the credits. So again, thank you all for watching. It means a lot to me. It was very difficult for me to come out about this, guys. It was so tough. I mean, you guys have no idea how hard it was writing that script for this video. It's the most work I've ever put into a video with the research and everything else that happened in this, guys. Thank you for watching. Now the race is over, we are going to hop out of this, guys, and I'm going to show you the paint job for this car. I'll see you once I get that pulled up. Alright, guys, here it is. Now, as you can see, guys, the reason why I brought it back to this screen here so you guys could see the paint job is because of the fact that there's so much stuff that you could not see during the replay. Mental health does matter, guys, and stop the stigma is what the main two hashtags for this will be. But I spent 5 hours on this paint job, guys, just trying to go and get it right for this video. Now, some of y'all may be wondering what the different colors mean. The light blue is the color for Autism Speaks. Dark blue was for the NAMI logo. And then the green, guys, was for mental health awareness. Because as breast cancer has its pink, as breast cancer has as a bunch of cancers and stuff have their own different colored ribbons and stuff, this car here, mental health, has green for its ribbon. That's why there's the green ribbon on the side. And sort of a greenish blue for the main base paint there, guys. The shade may not be perfect, but it helps it stand out a little more, gets the point across. But guys, again, mental health is not something to be afraid of. Be sure to open up about it, guys. It will help in the long run and make it easier to deal with. Thanks again for watching, guys. It is your man, Twisted Drifter. And I will see you guys in the next video.